don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing on next. I don't care to depress viewers without providing some context. I just want to share some cheer, go beyond the crime and fear. 30 minutes that are inspiring to you. All I want for next tonight is good news. Porch pirates prosper when good men and women do nothing. Let's stop calling them porch pirates, though. They're just thieves and losers who steal packages from families and kids. And while they are busy out there today, know this. It appears many of their crimes go unreported. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow are peak season for stolen packages in Denver. That's what police data tell us. These thieves are bold. That's what the home surveillance video tells us. Christmas Eve had the most package thefts of any day in Denver last year. That's what the TV news breathlessly tells us. Here's what you aren't being told. There aren't that many of these package thefts being reported. Only 10 in Denver last Christmas Eve. A half dozen on December 22nd, half dozen on December 23rd. For all of 2015, only 344 package thefts in Denver. What does that tell us? Well, it tells us that people aren't reporting package thefts. A community survey from Nextdoor looking at 10 different cities found that 42% of users said that they personally had had a package stolen. That suggests that these thieves will be caught on camera alone. This next story isn't about a mail carrier caught stealing mail. No, this is about a public servant doing the right thing. You know, like 99% of them do every single day and never make the news. Adrian Hellwig is one of the good ones, and they're almost all good ones.
I had done my route, which on a Monday, that particular Monday, took me about 12 hours. So I went out to help another carrier. I grabbed about maybe 45 minutes of the end of his route. Getting the mail ready to put in this mailbox, I heard like a distress call, like help me. I got out, went up in the yard. Sure enough, there was an elderly gentleman that had fallen or something, but he could not, he was like crumpled up, leaning on his garage door on a cement pad. I grabbed him, got him up, kind of bear hugged him and hauled him into the house. He needed medical help. If I wasn't there at that time, I don't know if anyone else would have found him. We are kind of the eyes and the ears for the public. It just makes sense for us to pay attention. Or a lot of people would have done what I did, but I was lucky to be in that situation and took care of it.
Our next question comes from Julie Brooks, who works at the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. Julie asks, why isn't the doorbell being rung when FedEx and UPS drop off packages? Simply knowing a package is outside, picking it up can help us decrease porch pirate thefts. It kills me. The simple step's been done away with by most package delivery services. Is it a new policy or just laziness? Julie, we asked, policy or laziness? And UPS says its policy is to let customers know the package has been delivered during daylight hours. Honking, giving a shout, ringing a doorbell. But UPS notes that if it's early in the morning or late at night, which is often during the holidays, they'll try not to wake anyone up and they won't ring the bell. FedEx tells us that if a customer is shipping a FedEx package, they can request a signature for delivery, which then means that the FedEx driver would knock or ring the doorbell. We promised you good news today, so that's kind of a spoiler on the daily A-Line update. The train to the plane is working like a charm. Fabulous news for everyone who's coming and going from the airport today. Fingers crossed for the A-Line to ride this hot streak clear through the holidays. And remember, RTD's on holiday schedules this weekend. Make sure that if you get stuck somewhere, it's not by your own doing. And that is today's recommendation, where we point you towards something, an article, a video, an app, something that isn't ours but is worth your time. You should really sign up for the RTD Rider Alerts if you're ever on. It's super easy, and it can be the difference between making and missing your train. They alert you about delays, construction, elevator outages, any kind of time suck. So there are two ways to look at Denver's shortage of affordable housing. There's the big picture perspective, your numbers, your stats, your graphs, or you got the ground level view, block by block, family by family. Photojournalist Ann Herbst introduces us to a family that'll spend the next holiday season in something they wondered if they would ever have. A home.
Home for the holidays.
I love everything about it.
It's one of those sayings that just sounds so cheesy. So cliche, but really, it's all Judith Anaya has ever wanted.
Yes, yes.
A home. And this holiday season, she's getting one. With help from Habitat for Humanity of Metro Denver.
It's a new house and everything's gonna start being better for us.
Judith, her husband Omar, and their 2 young kids have been living in a 2-bedroom apartment.
It's pretty small, pretty crowded.
It's a place where they don't feel safe.
We're not really comfortable, our kids going just outside, go outside and play. We want them to have a kid's life, play outside, get dirty.
And maybe a little more of what everyone hopes for, peace on earth.
She's not gonna go into his room no more. She's gonna have her own room and do her own mess. My son Omar doesn't like her sister taking his toys. Less problems for us in the house.
This house is something they can be proud of.
This is my kitchen.
Judith and her husband have pitched in nearly every step of the way.
This is one of the areas I personally worked putting up the cabinets, and we're really excited to keep on telling our story that we get to build our house and we get to live in it.
A few more cuts, a few more touch-ups, and their home will be ready for the big move, starting the new year in a way that's not really cheesy at all.
No better way to start it. New life story for our family.
For Next, this is Ann Herbst.
Judith and her family will be moving into that new home sometime in mid-January. To everyone in this audience who's ever donated $1 to Habitat, thank you. You made that happen. Nothing says winter wonderland like temps in the 50s and mud on the sledding hill. I'm supposed to tease our weather segment here by saying that there's a chance of snow on Christmas, but I gotta be straight with you. It's a really small one. Holidays are weird, you know? No one's in their usual spots. The whole city is out of rhythm. Perhaps just finding new paths and patterns. Our Noel Brennan goes exploring. And a holiday harpist right where you would expect to find her. Aisle 4, past the lumber. Denver's best sledding hills are only dotted in snow after the big melt-off. They're dotted in snow and spotted with kids still intent on sledding because the calendar says they can. But they had some things to say about this season, and they shared them with photojournalist Tom Cole.
Ready?
Yeah, let's go. Go, come on, guys. Dear weather. I wish it snowed more because I'm not used to this. And winter's my favorite season, and I don't really like when it's hot outside. Sunny day, let's go out and play.
Dear weather, I wish it would snow more.
Dear weather, I'd like it to be more sunny so I can ride my dirt bike. Dear weather, I hope it's cold every day so we can slide every day and sled. And then we can make cookies and milk.
Today, let's go out and play.
Dear weather, how cute are those kids? Someone take them up to the mountains and make their white Christmas dreams come true. This is what we're looking at in Telluride, a stunning landscape with all of that snow coming in from our last storm and another round moving in this weekend for the Christmas holiday. Now, up in the high country, we're watching the snowfall starting off on Christmas Eve. It will continue throughout the day on Christmas. Blowing and drifting snow will be a possibility along those higher mountain passes, so keep that in mind if you have to be in the car. Now, here for the metro area, it's going to be Christmas morning if, and I mean if, we see any flurries. It doesn't look too promising right now. Sorry, kids. As far as the winds go, we're going to be watching those kicking up in the foothills. We could see wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. Down here on the plains on Christmas Day, you'll really be noticing the winds rather than the snowfall. There's that storm. It's pushing into parts of the west, giving a lot of folks a nice white Christmas. Overnight into early tomorrow morning, it's dry, it's sunny, great for travelers, great for mall goers, last-minute shoppers. You're good to go until tomorrow evening. That's when the clouds push into the metro area and the snow moves into the high country. We do have a few advisories out there. As far as the snow is concerned, the San Juans look to see most of it, about 10 to 16 inches, with potentially another foot piling up in the central mountains. Now tomorrow still is going to be nice and mild here in the city, low 50s. We'll cool things off to the lower 40s on Christmas Day, about 38. Still some sunshine to kick off next week, and then temperatures pretty much stay in the 40s and 50s. Kyle, that is a lot of festiveness going on in the next 9 days.
A lot of flair, Danielle Grant, a lot of flair.
You better believe it.
All right, thank you. Sections of our city just kind of seem emptied out today. You know, all other parts of town are mob scenes. That would be 2 days before Christmas for you. You can either find it off-putting or you can embrace it. Our Noel Brennan kind of got into the spirit.
Such a good dog. Oh, hello. Come sit by the fire. I'd like to tell you a story. It's called The Weekday Before Christmas. You ready, Coop? 'Twas the weekday before Christmas, and all through the city, the lingering snow still managed to look pretty. The cranes in the distance were frozen like statues, while creatures below chomped carrots, not cashews. Perhaps those nuts were eaten by these folks. A pretzel in hand tastes better with 3 Cokes. Or maybe that's tea, I don't know. But no matter the drink's flavor, holly hung high brought ambiance you could savor. Unless, of course, you were at work today, like the jolly old bunch from the TSA. If you're planning a trip, you should be just fine. Just keep your fingers crossed aboard the A-line. Brace for traffic if you're headed out west. Maybe someone else can drive and you can just rest. The city was bustling, at times sleepy too. A campus without students is what you'll find at DU. 2 days before Christmas, Denver must wait. Tails will be twitching before that date. Until then, I must say, as he trots out of sight, Merry weekday before Christmas, and to all, a good night. Well, Coop, what'd you think? You like the original better? Yeah, me too. For next, I'm Noel Brennan.
A holiday tradition sufficiently weird enough to be from Boulder. The winners of our informal contest were calling Wear a Jacket More Obnoxious Than Mine, and a sign that CDOT can't seem to keep from popping up each Christmas time. Next. Holiday shoppers in Boulder know there's one place that you can find just about anything, including a harpist. Photojournalist Tom Cole takes us there.
McGuckins is, it says hardware, but it's really more than that. We're really Boulder's department store. Very traditional.
The fun about this is, you know, harpists, they spend 50% of their time tuning and the other 50% playing out of tune.
Where do you see a harp, a dog, little children, and, you know, adults? It's Boulder.
It's my passion. It's all I've ever wanted to do. Christmas is a special time for me because I got my first harp in 5th grade in Christmas.
She really does a great job. She's got a loyal following.
You know, I think the sound of the harp is magical. It transforms you into a different place. It makes you go to a different place where it's not a stressful environment anymore. It's relaxing, you're calm. It touches your soul. Yeah, humidifiers are great, huh? I can kind of tell certain people what songs they like. Do you know Jingle Bells? Oh, awesome, me too. We're almost to the Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells, Jingle Bells. Hey! Yay!
Nancy Brace has been making memories like that for about 30 years. She'll be out playing tomorrow, 11 to 3. You can find her by the humidifiers. We push ourselves to make everything perfect for the holidays, when it's the thought that counts. And a few Next viewers think a bit like I do, that nothing says festive like a jacket that causes people to squint. Kathleen Welch spotted the Christmas jacket at a Goodwill store, watched some other wives discourage their husbands from buying it, but Kathleen told her husband Tom to go for it. So he's wearing it to Christmas dinner with his 100-year-old mother at her independent living facility in Kansas. Oh yeah, he's going to make a lot of people smile. Dan Bailey and Mike Blake grabbed these gems off the rack last year, and they got such a reception from their friends, they splurged for custom-made Christmas suits this year. And they win, because they swung by Union Station to take some Christmas card photos and got aboard the A-Line for us. Crazy jackets on the train to the plane. Dan and Mike report to Next that the A-Line was, in fact, working that day. We do not condone tampering with road signs around town, but we do show you the funny ones as a public service. Next, a viewer favorite that always seems to pop up along the roads around Christmas time. It's a sign that some reindeer might be headed this way. Gail Goad spotted this sign in Wellington along I-25. I swear I've seen this one elsewhere as well. She passes through there a lot. Says the red nose came and went a while back, but it was replaced and it's stuck for the last few years. If you see a sign of the season or any sign that makes you smile or laugh or think, send it our way. Get our attention with the hashtag HeyNext or email next@9news.com. If your family decorates a Christmas tree, are you early tree people or late tree people? Do you run out first thing after Thanksgiving or do you wait until just before Christmas? Like the folks at Jared's Nursery today, where we kept our Friday tradition by asking them the question we always do. What's your good news?
It smells fabulous. So you wander through, it gets you in the Christmas spirit.
Well, it's that annual chore of getting the holiday spirit inside our house from outside here at Jared's.
Well, the nobles should be good for you. They've been cut for about 2 weeks.
You know, these trees are just absolutely beautiful.
This one here is going to be a little bit, as you can see, a little bit wider.
It's hard to choose which one. And for me, I'm happy that I'm still around and walking around.
It's a beautiful day. Mwah.
Favorite day would be, gosh, every day that you get up and out of bed is your favorite day. And that becomes more meaningful as your hair gets grayer, you get older. So,
you want to do this one here?
Yep.
Okay. Let me get that down for you and we'll get a fresh cut.
I want a healthy grandbaby. It's going to be a baby girl.
Be a grandfather. Be pretty cool.
Life's an adventure. We bought an old school camper.
Yeah, she likes the camper, no doubt.
I can tell you something that made me unhappy, and that was a case of shingles. So I don't want to talk about that.
I come back for the trees every year. This is my favorite place.
Thank you.
So, well, thank you. This is great.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
We finish, as always, with your feedback. Jess tweets, my 6-year-old Ethan just said, I'm not so sure about Kyle's jacket tonight. I know he can be more Christmassy. Is this Christmassy enough for you, little man? Come on now. We stepped the game up. Maureen writes, what's the story? I'm guessing the plaid was definitely Grandpa's. This one's Grandpa's. The rest I have no one to blame but myself. Brian Olson writes, Merry Christmas. You change the way we get news. You challenge us. You make us laugh, think, and cry. That is a high compliment, Brian. We have to say that your collaboration, all of you, with us on this project called Next, has been a real gift this year. We'll see you next time.